Interview here with me and myself, Melissa, and David. David is a father whose children has been taken into custody by Child Protective Service Agency because they are neglected, and is told he cannot get them back until he stops using substances and seeks treatment. He is in the pre-contemplation stage. That is the stage of motivational interviewing that we will be covering. So, David, tell me more about your family and the issue that has brought you in here today.
Well, I have 3 daughters and a son, and my neighbors, Lindsay and Carl, called CPS while I was at work on my ex-wife because one of my kids got out of the house in the front yard and was filthy and almost ran into the street. Again, I was at work. I work 80 to 100 hours a week. I'm a mechanic, and that means I work 6 to 6 or 7 or even 8 in the evening to provide for the family. And once they called CPS, they had us do drug tests. My hopefully soon to be ex-wife passed her drug test. I failed. That's why I'm sitting here today.
And so then the goal today, what are your goals today?
My goals today, this day, is to get out of here as soon as possible so I can get back to work.
I guess what I meant to say is what is the outcome that you want to see coming out of this?
Well, I'd like to have you people out of my life. I have done nothing wrong.
And so tell me more about your meth use.
Well, like I said 30 seconds ago, I work 80 to 100 hours a week. I do the laundry, I do the kitchen, I put the kids to bed, I wake them up and take them to school, and I'm not sure there's enough coffee in the world to cover all of that.
Okay, so
my kids are 6 and under, 4 of them.
And so we've covered some of the positive aspects of what meth has caused, and now what can we see that could possibly be a negative aspect of that?
Well, when my stupid wife doesn't take care of the kids right after they get home from school and they run out in the front yard all dirty, and Department of Human Services is called on her while I'm at work, that would possibly be a negative, because there was no problems before that.
So what you're telling me is that you don't see how your meth use is an issue.
Never has been before.
And so right now your goal in treatment is to what?
Well, hopefully get some help on a divorce, get custody of the kids, and continue my life.
Okay, so can you see that using meth could be a hindrance in that, achieving that?
I don't even care. I quit anytime I want. Doesn't even matter.
Okay, so tell me more about your wife and how she contributes to the situation.
Contributes. It's kind of an interesting term when it comes to her. Well, all I do is hear her complain about being in the house all the time and this and that, when 3 out of the 4 kids are in school, and my son, the youngest, who's an infant, could go to daycare, which would only cost $200 a week, So if she got a part to full-time job while the girls are at school at minimum wage, that would cover more than enough for daycare for the infant. And she could be off in time to pick the girls up from school.
Okay.
That's the way I see it.
Okay, so do we have control over other people and their actions? I guess what I'm really trying to say is what can you focus on about yourself and your own actions that would be a benefit to you getting your children back?
Well, I can focus on getting a divorce and getting custody of my 4 babies so I can continue living my life.
And I understand that you don't see that meth use is a problem in that and hinders that.
I can quit anytime I want. I don't even care. That means nothing.
So you can quit anytime you want, and that means nothing. What steps are you willing to do to achieve that? Because that is one of the primary goals that your caseworker has set forth that you need to do.
It's been 4 days. I quit for 4 days. That should show something right there. Don't you people go by levels of whatever drug you're testing for in your urine? Test me right now. Put me on a lie detector test. Whatever it is you people have to do so I can get back to work and continue providing for my family.
Okay.
I mean, isn't it that simple? Isn't that what the judge, whoever it is, wants? Is to see me off of whatever it is they say that's wrong with me?
That is, in essence, what the judge wants.
Well, let's set it up. Let's do it right now.
Well, we can give you a UA, sir. David, we have to finish our session first, though.
I have to get back to work. I'm at lunch.
Our sessions are usually run between half an hour and an hour, so what can we focus on that's going to achieve us to move forward instead of stagnating like we are?
You could let me smoke in here instead of this stupid thing.
Well, there's nothing I can do about the no smoking rule.
Yeah,
There's
of
no
course
smoking
there's
everywhere.
not.
Tell me more about what you enjoy about taking care of your children.
What's there not to enjoy? I get to watch them grow up. I get to guide them in to do the things that, to not do the things that I did at their respective ages, all the way through adulthood. I get to provide for them. I get to care for them. I get to protect them against stupid people, which I hate to say is their mother. Can you hand me my Mountain Dew over there, please?
Okay, so you said just a minute ago that you wanted to keep your children from doing some of the things that you have done. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
This isn't going to be presented to the courts, is it?
No, everything that's said in here is confidential.
Well, by the time I was 15, I had 3 felonies. Breaking into cars, getting into fights, carrying weapons. And I think a lot of that had to do with the people I hung out with and the environment that I was raised in.
Okay, so...
Drinking, smoking weed, doing all that stupid stuff.
And by using meth, do you not think that puts your children in that same predicament?
No, because that's just so I can work and do the things I have to do to provide for my 4 children and pay the bills and buy their clothes and pay my insurance and put gas in the cars.
Okay, and so what in that use, doesn't that put a dent in your pocketbook as well?
Well, not really, because I can fix cars and get dope for it.
And you're not afraid of your children seeing this and thinking that it's okay? And
Well, I do it under the table at work. I don't do it at the house. There's nothing at the house that's illegal. Unless being stupid's illegal, and then my wife would be in jail.
okay, well, maybe we should focus more on the things that you can do rather than the things that your wife has done or is doing. Because there really is nothing that you can do about the things that she's doing, but you do have full control over the things that you are doing.
And what I am doing is going to try and get a divorce and get full custody of my kids, so she's out of the picture. Except for visits and child support.
And so to attain that, some of the things that the court is going to impose on you is successfully making it through treatment.
Got 4 days already.
And that's a great start. That is awesome. I mean, everybody can start.
I didn't have to go to meetings. I didn't have to have anybody tell me to do whatever. I just didn't do it.
Have you ever attended meetings?
Honestly, yeah. Bunch of whining ass people about this and that. It's not for me.
It's not for you. Do you think that the courts are going to require you to work up some sort of a program that includes those?
I have no idea.
Well, 10 to 1 they probably are going to require you to attend some NA meetings. Do you think that it might be beneficial to give those a chance?
I'll do whatever I gotta do. I don't have to like it. I don't have to pay attention. I don't have to talk. I don't have to do any of that. All I have to do is get my stupid paper signed and pass the stupid UA. That's all I have to do when it comes right down to it. I don't have a problem. Well, no. Let me rephrase that. I do have a problem, and that's my wife.
Okay, well, we're going to start wrapping things up now. Maybe some things we could think about for our next visit would be things and positive things that we could do to facilitate.
You're going to ask me to go to meetings, aren't you? Before next week.
I think that would be beneficial for you. But I myself am not going to require you to do that, but I do know that the courts will. And you're probably better off doing it ahead of time rather than waiting for them to require you to do that.
So you want me to be proactive and go listen to these people whine about the regrets they have about what they did? I mean, if that's going to help me, I'll do it. I'm not going to like it. But at least you gave me a heads up.
I mean, being proactive in any situation, I believe, is beneficial.
You know, I could smoke 2 grams a day and be a better parent than my wife is, and she's never done dope. Just saying.
And this may be true. But unfortunately, in the legal system today, they don't want to hear that.
Well, there's a lot of shit I don't want to hear, and a lot of it took place right now.
Well, we'll have to work on that, and on our next visit, we will maybe delve into some things that we can do that you might see as a positive coming out of this. Maybe how do you, what are some positive things that you can think of that you can do to make this transition less annoying, we'll say?
I'll have to get back to you on that.
Okay, well, that's something that we can think of for our next visit. And it was very nice meeting you, David.
Thank you.
And I hope that we can work through this and facilitate you to getting to for you to achieve your goals of getting your children back.